Zambhava Basoha Om Zambara Zambara Bhamana Sarama Zambhava Basoha Om Zambara Zambara Bhamana Sarama Zambhava Basoha Sangji Chuda Zo Jian Chao Nanda Shan Chuvada Dana Japsa Chada Kibshan So Ji Po So Nang Ji Rola Panchara Sangji Rabara Sho Sangji Chuda Zo Jian Chao Nanda Shan Chuvada Dana Japsa Chada Kibshan So Ji Po So Nang Ji Rola Panchara Sangji Rabara Sho Sangji Chuda Zo Jian Chao Nanda Shan Chuvada Dana Japsa Chada Kibshan So Ji Po So Nang Ji Rola Panchara Sangji Rabara Sho Siddhim Dhoga Jina Sang Hung Che Ya Jin Ramai Shung Tu Je Sung Ji Chen Bu Tien Mon Jiran Je Tan Kan Je Pare Jira Ba Den Chu Sha Ji To La Chang Sara Lo Chang Sara Wa Tang Chu Chang Sha Pa Tang Ji Se Ye Ra Kure Jung Sura Wa Yogi Rajum Zada Ki Cha Pa Tang Cha Da Ki Shan Cha Cha Mo Lama Tong Da Jum Den De De Jum Se Ba Da Jum Ba Ya To Bro Zo Bo Sang Ji Par Jarava Shak Cha Tha Ba La Chang Sar Long Chu To Cha Sang Chu Go Lama Tong Da Jum Den De De Jum Se Ba Da Jum Ba Ya To Bro Zo Bo Sang Ji Par Jarava Shak Cha Tha Ba La Chang Sar Long Chu To Cha Sang Chu Go Lama Tong Da Jum Den De De Jum Se Ba Da Jum Ba Ya To Bro Zo Bo Sang Ji Par Jarava Shak Cha Tha Ba La Chang Sar Long Chu To Cha Sang Chu Go Lama Tong Da Jum Den De De Jum Se Ba Da Jum Ba Ya To Bro Zo Bo Sang Ji Par Jarava Shak Cha Tha Ba La Chang Sar Long Chu To Cha Sang Chu Go Lama Tong Da Jum Den De De Jum Se Ba Da Jum Ba Ya To Bro Zo Bo Sang Ji Par Jarava Shak Cha Tha Ba La Chang Sar Long Chu To Cha Sang Chu Go Lama Tong Da Jum Den De De Jum Se Ba Da Jum Ba Ya To Bro Zo Bo Sang Ji Par Jarava Shak Cha Tha Ba La Chang Sar Long Chu To Cha Sang Chu Go Lama Tong Da Jum Den De De Jum Se Ba Da Jum Ba Ya To Bro Zo Bo Sang Ji Par Jarava Shak Cha Tha Ba La Chang Sar Long Chu To Cha Sang Chu Go Om Mani Mani Mahamana Yesoha 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 Om Mani Mani Mahamana Manaye Soha Mane Mane Mahamanaye Soha Mane Mane Mahamanaye Soha Mane Mane Mahamanaye Soha Gevande Yiniratoda Shajamanandra Kirani Rovati Jamaliba Tiya Salango Parasho Pivrasha Kachandrakam Kuratan Kutsi Satan Jankam Tanaki Jen Sancho Zombo Chandrava Tendra Konra Doson Jiravahaisho Sanjito Sunani Bhavshanar Lavatan Shunidam Manjara Dindavshanar Lav Tangagin Dhanam Bhavshanar Lavati Chirtaramu Vanmanandra Parasho Dayata Panzaraya Avam Burdana Soha Tondan Jirtana Kamsa Shundatang Tanbanyu Govindo Sarava Tanga Tanzana Kundu Tarjana Jibayi Tanbaya Rami Putra Shisho
Namo Fundamental Master Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Grand Master Tolko Khenpo Lodrup Pelden Rinpoche. May all sentient beings be forever free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings have eternal joy, peace, and have a happy and peaceful mind. May all sentient beings always have pain-free happiness, and I rejoice. May all sentient beings stay away from greed and anger and maintain equanimity. Four Dharma Seals are the universal law and the truth beyond phenomena. It is the deepest essence of all Buddhist teachings preached by the Buddha, and it is also the most important one. If we fully understand the four Dharma Seals, we will not lose our way or misunderstand the Buddha Dharma. Therefore, we must understand the four seals objectively. The merits of practicing or understanding the four Dharma Seals are considerable and incredible. Four Dharma Seals, the universal law. First seal, all phenomena, existences, are impermanent. Second seal, all afflictions are the nature of suffering. Afflictions, greedy, hatred, ignorance, pride, suspicion, etc. Third seal, the nature of all phenomena are empty and no self. Nothing exists independently or permanently. All things are dependently originated. Fourth seal, Nirvana ceases the state of suffering, ending suffering and samsara, the cycle of rebirth. These four seals can accommodate or include the entire 84,000 Dharma doors. Buddhist classic education and various teachings can be summarized in these four seals. Therefore, these four seals must be studied, understood, and preached together. A Dharma door is a metaphor for a path to enlightenment towards Buddhahood. Today we will study the four Dharma Seals. This is the outline of all the teachings proclaimed by the Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings and the general standard that captures all the important concepts from Dharma. The so-called Dharma Seal. Dharma is the truth of fact, and the seal is like the king's seal, which has four meanings. 1. Nature defines the law. 2. Can be passed on. 3. Nature approves the law. 4. Dharma world accepts the law. 1. 4 Dharma seals. Nature determines the law. Just like the king's seal, after it is stamped, the content cannot be changed. This means that the 4 Dharma seals are the final conclusion, which solidifies the nature and laws of all dharmas and cannot be modified or replaced. 2. 4 Dharma seals can be passed on. Just like after the king seals it, there is no obstacle to pass on his words throughout the world. Once obtained and understood the 4 Dharma seals, the infinite Dharma will be accessible and comprehensible without obstacles and hindrances. 3. 4 Dharma seals. Nature approves the law. Just like a king stamps a seal to prove that it is the king's personal decree, when the people of the country see the seal, they will recognize it as the king's law. Otherwise, it is not the king's law. Use the 4 Dharma seals to test whether it is the Dharma taught by the Buddha. If it conforms to the 4 Dharma seals, it is the Dharma taught by the Buddha. If it does not conform, it is the Dharma taught by the Mara, demon. 4 Dharma seals. Dharma world accepts the law. This is the Dharma that Buddhas and Bodhisattvas seal with each other and pass it on from mind to mind, so it is called Dharma Seal. We study Buddhism in order to seek the universal truth. The truth of the universe and life is completely contained in the 4 Dharma seals. This is the general outline of truth, and every aspirant should seek it with all his heart. In order to help everyone understand the 4 Dharma seals, we use the omniscient Mifram Rinpoche's 4 Dharma seals as a teaching material this time. This is a chapter in Introduction to the Wise Man, in which the specific meaning of each Dharma seal, the methods of logical observation and deduction, and the benefits of understanding the Dharma seals are rigorously, accurately, and essentially discussed. If we sincerely explore the truth and can observe rationally according to the best principles taught by the omniscient Mifram Rinpoche, then we will definitely be able to develop an unshakable understanding of the 4 Dharma seals that are the core of Mahayana Buddhism, and we will make great progress on the road to realizing the truth.
4 Dharma seals, the universal law. Now let's respectfully study the significance, meaning of performing the 4 Dharma seals taught by ominous Mappan Rinpoche. Regarding the 4 Dharma seals, we must interpret and view it based on reason, not taken for granted or simply accepted. Rather, we must take the initiative to observe the truth of the universe and lifelong the path of righteousness. Reason is indispensable because only by carefully observing and measuring it can we prove an unshakable fact that, and solid understanding. Only then will we develop a firm belief that is sure and unyielding and can form a correct outlook on life and the universe. We deduce the 4 Dharma seals based on reason, not simply just relying on believing. Rather, we deeply believe that this is the unbreakable law of the universe. It is a law that applies universally and never changes from time to time. First seal. All phenomena existences are impermanent. Second seal. All afflictions are the nature of suffering. Afflictions, defilements, greed, hatred, ignorance, pride, suspicion, and etc. Third seal. The nature of all phenomena are empty and non-self. Nothing exists independently or permanently. All things are dependently originated. Fourth seal, nirvana ceases the state of suffering, ending samsara, the cycle of rebirth. Four Dharma Seals is a universal law. All the things and phenomena can be explained or interpreted by this law. As long as it is the truth, it must be created from the law. So this is the general outline of the truth, a collection of Buddhist teachings and the essentials of the empty 84,000 Dharma doors. At the same time, it is also the truth inherent in everyone's own physical and mental world. The ancient sages have devoted countless efforts to verify this universal law. For example, the Buddha was willing to sacrifice his life in order to obtain a verse. One of the verses states, all phenomena and existences are impermanent, and this is the law of birth and death. Birth and death has ceased, and cessation is happiness, which is from the four Dharma Seals. The four Dharma Seals contains all the truths about reincarnation and nirvana. The first two Dharma Seals refer to conventional truth, the last two to ultimate truth. All phenomena existences have the nature of instant birth and death that are created by causes and conditions and perish naturally in an instant. Due to the cells being impermanent, birth and death are instant, so are our bodies. Due to atoms being impermanent, birth and death is instantaneous, so are all the existences. All phenomena, existences are fleeting, fading, forever changing. No form endures, no moment abides.
Among all existences, all outflows that are mixed with afflictions are the nature of suffering. All experiences entangled with mental and emotional disturbances are inseparable from suffering. Whether it's greed, anger, ignorance, or subtle attachments, any phenomena that arises from these afflictions bear the imprint of dissatisfaction, instability, and pain. All phenomena that flows with defilements, whether they are subtle or gross, are marked by suffering. Thus, it is taught, all afflictions are the nature of suffering. All phenomena are delusions in the mind. No real entity exists. Like dreams, nature is emptiness. This keeps us away from all kinds of false views. All phenomena have no self, birth and death are instantly. This is their true nature and keeps us from a false perception. The nature of all phenomena is described as non-inherent existence, which is a void of a permanent, unchanging self. Nothing exists independently or permanently, but rather arises and exists in dependence on its own causes and conditions. Emptying the mind of delusions will cease the causes and conditions of all sufferings, thus reaching nirvana. That is called nirvana, ceases the state of suffering. The peace of nirvana is beyond all turmoil, which ends all suffering and the cycle of rebirth, samsara. Nirvana is a state of free from all of the attachments of mental activities, release from the cycle of grasping, suffering, and rebirth that characterizes samsara. We're talking about first seal. All existences are impermanent in the following presentation. The existences like sentient beings, oceans, rivers, mountains, fruit, furniture, etc. are all conditional existences. They all have impermanent nature, which is created by causes and conditions and perish naturally in an instant. If we look into quantum science, all of the existences are composed of atoms, which is instantly created by certain conditions and dying automatically. The process then repeats again. Cells in the human body are also constantly reproducing and dying. This process is called cell division or mitosis. Experts believe that healthy human cells can divide up to 60 times before dying. Our human eyes are so limited and not able to see the changes in that detail, but the science has already proven it. The other cause is the proximate cause, which means that the cause and effect must be in the same continuum. Here the condition is the assistance. It helps to create the fruits, but will not change the essence of effect. For example, among the causes and conditions that produce buds, seeds are the approximate cause, and the supporting conditions such as water, soil, sunlight cooperate with the seeds, because seeds alone or water and soil alone cannot produce fruit. It is said to be created by causes and conditions. This fruit is not an original existence. It did not exist in the beginning and was gradually produced from seeds, water, soil, and sunlight, so that the fruit is made from seeds, cause, water, soil, sunlight, and other conditions. It is called transformed matter. Looking into the detail, what has really happened in the eyes of fully enlightened beings is after the bud fruit is produced, in the first instant, it will perish in the second instant rising. So it's impermanent. Since it disappears in an instant, like lightning, of course, it has no permanent nature, because permanent means to remain unchanged, and it only appears for an instant now, so it is impermanent. Not only is this true for the bud fruit, but also for all existence created by causes and conditions in the 10 directions and 3 periods of times. All of them arise and cease in an instant. That's why it's called all existences are impermanent. This is absolute truth. It applies to all the infinite and boundless conditional existences, and none can overthrow them. Something has not arisen from a cause, it has not yet arisen. It has no existence until all causes and conditions accumulate. When the accumulation of causes and conditions matures, it is created as an existence in the first instant, perishes in the second instant rising. Moreover, when the causes and conditions are still coming together and have not preceded, a succession of the same kind between the previous and the latter continues without interruption. This is an objective description based on the order in which things originally arise and settle. We do not make subjective conjectures, rather to measure everything truthfully with a pragmatic attitude and observe every point of things in the order of time and accuracy, understand its situation at every moment. This is a necessary condition for exploring the truth. We understand in this way that when an existence has not arisen from the causes and conditions that it can produce, nothing has arisen in this time. When it has arisen, look ahead. When the causes and conditions have not accumulated, it does not exist. Gradually, at the moment when causes and conditions have just matured, it is created in the exactly same time. This is the first instance of birth, and at the same time it is formed, it will perish in the second instant. If you see this clearly, you will find that the existence has no previous and no after. It just appears in the present itself. This is the birth. Moreover, since it is the existence of dependent origination, so it will not remain in the second instance without any cause or condition. It will perish in the same instant after its birth. This universal truth applies to only phenomena, also any sentient being. Further, as long as the causes and conditions for birth have not faded away, the continuity of the same kind will continue, which means that the birth and the perish in an instant on the similar existence will continue. This peaceful abiding is called continuity of the same kind. For example, when we observe the light from an oil lamp, it is impermanent existence or an impermanent existence. The key is to understand it from the origin. First of all, the light is not from an inherent existence. It only appears due to the aggression of causes and conditions such as oil, wicks, matches, lack of oil, or wick cannot produce the light. Let's follow the ins and outs to understand this light existence.
First seal, all phenomena existences are impermanent. For example, light an oil lamp at 6 o'clock. Before 6 o'clock, because the cause and conditions have not yet polymerized, there is no light at this time. Then we light the lamp at 6 o'clock and light appears due to the cause and conditions have gathered. The birth of light is at the current instance, but perishes at the next instance. After that, due to the same cause and conditions are still there, the same light burns continuously. It repeats the birth and death until the oil is used up. Lighting is an example, and by deduction, all conditioned phenomena are like this. The omniscient Mifram Rinpoche above truthfully explained the meaning of all instances are impermanent from the process of emergence. For those with strong understanding roots, just saying this much is enough. He can draw inferences from one instance and fully understand the entire concept. We must pray with sincerity to correspond the great wisdom of the omniscient Mifram Rinpoche. His publications completely flow from the Great Light Dharma collections, without any defilements or obscurations of discriminating thoughts. Rather, while wisdom illuminates all things, it uses words to show us the truth. Because every sentence flows from manifest reality, it most accurately indicates the nature of all existences. This Vajra teaching is wonderful. The wonderful thing is so real and clear. Just these few sentences will bring you into the order of emergence and the true situation of conditioned existence. As long as you follow the path of the omniscient Mifram Rinpoche, you will soon enter the meaning of all existences are impermanent. The above is the principle about the impermanence of existence. Once you have grasped this principle, you can make it concrete. That is to say, observing the meaning of impermanence in specific existence. The omniscient Mifram Rinpoche has opened up the idea of observation for you. You just need to follow it and apply it.
Thank you so much. Anyone have any question about this? We talk about quite a bit of detail about all the phenomena of existence are impermanent. This first seal. Anybody have a question or have a conclusion on this? Anything you learned? Or why Buddha say all the phenomena of existence are impermanent? Anybody can answer this question? Another, are you able to answer? Why Buddha say that?
I think because if we're saying, Buddha's saying that everything is illusion and impermanent, everything is going to be constantly changing. Some things change very slowly. Some things change very quickly. Sometimes it changes so quickly we don't even realize it. Sometimes things change so slowly we don't realize it either.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing is if we can see that things are changing and impermanent, I think it also means we don't want to cling to them. We don't want to stick with them because they're going to keep changing. And also, they're not really there. So I think in a way, if you start to see things that way, you'll actually be less stressed and have less worry about your daily life. Prayer for Shakyamuni Buddha. To all Buddhas, Dharma, Sangha, and saints, the triple gem, from now on I shall forever take refuge until I attain Bodhi. I dedicate all the merits and virtues I have accumulated to achieve great enlightenment to benefit all sentient beings. With a golden body and hand pressing the ground seal, and having remarkable compassion and extraordinary diligence, turning the Saha world into an auspicious place, we bow in front of our Supreme Master, Shakyamuni Buddha. All blessings of praising, prostrating, and offering, respectfully requesting the Buddha to stay in the world and turning the Dharma wheel. Rejoicing in repentance and all other wholesome roots, dedicating the merits to all sentient beings and the path to Buddhahood. Prostrate, offer, take refuge in the fundamental master, Bhagavan, Tathagata, worthy of offerings, complete, perfect, enlightened Shakyamuni Buddha. May I quickly take advantage of these good roots, achieving enlightenment like Shakyamuni Buddha, so that no sentient being is left behind. All are settled to attain Buddhahood. Sugata and Tathagata are your body, dependence, lifespan, and Buddha lands, extraordinary and wonderful appearance, and various merits. I wish all to succeed in the same way. With the blessings of the three bodies of the Buddhas and the blessing of the unchangeable truth of the Dharma nature, and the blessing from the united and harmonious group of the Sangha, may all dedications and aspirations be completely fulfilled. The world-honored Grand Master descended upon the world. His teachings shine like the radiant sun. The masters and disciples are thriving and prosperous. May the Dharma forever stay auspicious and bright.
Thank you. Let's do the dedication together.
May the merit of my practice adorn Buddha's pure lands, requite the fourfold kindness from above, and relieve the suffering of the sentient beings. Universally wishing sentient beings, friends, foes, and karmic creditors, all to activate the Bodhi mind, and all to be reborn in the land of ultimate bliss.
Om Mantra Sadhu Hum, 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 Om Bandra 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 Sadhu Hum.